Welcome back to our Dream in the Woods. Gonna start doing some milling today. Switching gears a little bit. I'm doing dual duty. Still working on the concrete and getting the foam in and rebar and that stuff ready for concrete that's happening in a few days. But in the meantime, on days that I'm not working on that, I'm gonna try to get some milling done. And so that's what I'm gonna do today. Switching gears away from the burnt logs to just these standard Doug Fir, and I'm targeting some 6x8 by 16 footers, and these are 33-foot logs, and most of them are just real nice and straight. Not all these short logs are just random logs of mine, different species, so ignore those. The long logs is what we're talking about. So cut those down to 16/6 and start getting them on the mill. Okay, got this Doug Fir log up. Went ahead and debarked it. The bark was already coming off, and there was a lot of dirt in the bark. So what bark was left was going to be a problem. So just took the time to debark it. Nothing like those burnt logs. This was already peeling off. So then I got my 6x8 laid out there. This is a level line that I drew with the level, so then I'm centering the pith off the bunk. So that's just a little less than 10 inches there. And then, I don't know, this has got some gunk on here, but I'm measuring off that line there. So besides the 6x10, I'd like to target some more 2x6 material, true 2x6, and so it looks like I'll be able to get a board off the top and the bottom, one here, and then at least one board out here, maybe another 1-inch material. So back to it. Feels good, beautiful log, nice and straight. It is a butt log, so it's got a bell down here, but we'll shave that off, make it square. Awesome. Feels good to get back to it. I can see maybe a very slight twist, but it's just very slight. So good log. Let's get to it. Alright, made first 2 cuts. So what I did is just brought the saw blade to that mark where I had lighting out, and then I hit 0 on this electronic lift from Byers Timber Tech, and then I just went up from 2 inches from there. So no measuring, anything like that, and I'm certain that this is a good 2-inch thick board. Yeah, just perfect. So saves a lot of time and a lot of layout. I'm happy with that. So I'll take that off and then flip it 180 and get the other side squared up. So going good. So I'm starting to use a combination of both the scale here. So I have that set at 8, and I just adjusted that so it's as perfect as I can get it. So that brings me into that mark I just made down there. And then what I'll do here is zero that. Come up my 2 inches. To 2, and then I'll make that cut, and then what I'll do is then go back to 0 here. I'll be at my 8, and then I'll be able to get a 2-inch chunk off the top. So I did fiddle with that a little bit, but in the future that all should be set and should speed things up. So 2 more cuts going on. All right, still in this first log, got a nice 1x8 there. This is a 2x8 that I need to cut down to 2x6. And so I just have a final kind of 2-3 cuts. So I'll go down, mark my saw at 6 inches, then come up 2 and see if I can get a 2x8 and another 1 by, but I don't know if I can or not. Get a little bit bowed there in the center, but I'll just do some measurements and make sure I can squeak another 1x8 out of it. Sure is pretty wood, just primo. Just pleasure cutting this stuff after I've done a couple of lodge pulls, and this is a treat. So hopefully the whole deck of logs is like this, just nice and straight, small knots, tight, cuts like a dream. Right, man, I like seeing that. Just pretty near dead center pith there. 2 2x8s that I'm going to cut down to 2x6s. Just good looking stuff. And can't really tell where the pith is here, but nice and centered on this end. So call that good. That rafter beam off, and then edge those two, and then I have 2 more down there to edge the 2x6s, and I think I'm going to leave those 1x8s as is. So good yield out of that log. Get it finished up, get another one on here. Yeah, a storm rolled in. I was out in the rain debarking this. Definitely worth my effort. So debarking these almost looks like I'm building a log house. I mean, they debark. It is some effort, but it's not nearly like trying to debark that fire log. So anyway, I think it's worth my effort. Another nice straight log. This is the other half of that first one, the smaller half, and so I'll try to get another 6x8 out of it. So get it laid out and get to cutting. Well, I finished up the second log. Another sweet 6x8 by 16 foot, and then a 2x4, 2x6 there, 1x6, and then I got 2 flitches that need to be edged, so that'll make 2 more 2x6s. So out of that one 32 footer, I'll end up with let's see, 7 2x6s and some 1x6, 1x8s, and then 2 timbers. So good looking stuff. Just nice to be in good solid Doug Fir again. So 2 down. Actually I have 13 of these to mill, so I got 11 left, but getting to it. It's nice. It's good to be back in the wood. And that storm blew through. Just got a little sprinkle going on now, but I don't know how much rain we got in that short amount of time, but it was a lot. At least ½ inch, maybe more. I don't know. But it can just kind of show you how things are going to drain and where they're pooling. I know we're not even close to having everything dialed in yet, but a good storm like that really tells the tale of what your drainage is going to do. So, and of course we think about that a lot. So nice to be under the cover though. Just keep on milling. Well, here we are the next day. A new log up here. Still looking for these 6x8s. This one's got a little bit of a banana shape to it, so I'm going to dry those lines on, and I try to center that pith, but if need be, those can be shifted from one side to the other. So see how that goes. I think it's worthwhile debarking those. I think it takes me 20 minutes probably to do that. And there's a lot of dirt in those in that bark. These trees were harvested this spring and dragged through the mud. So looks like the property absorbed that water from yesterday. We had major puddles kind of everywhere. Still a little bit out there, but did pretty good. I'd be curious what people thought about how much, when it was raining super hard, how much rain we were getting per hour. That's about as hard as rain as we get around here. So anyway, get to it. Another nice log. Yeah, not much for bonus material on this log. Just the one 2x6, but I was able to center that pith nice on the 6x8. So just nice to be able to target a timber. Oh yeah, nice and centered on both sides. So happy with that. That's all the firewood. That one piece looks pretty big, but it was bowed on both ends, so maybe if I would have taken time, I could have got a 1x6 out of the center of it, but I didn't. So, but someone will burn that for firewood. It'll go to good use. So, go grab another log. Well, second log of the day. This is the other half of that one I just did. So this is the butt log. A little bit of a flare there. A little straighter than the front piece. Nice looking log. So got everything pith all level, everything laid out. Changed my blade out, got a new blade on there. I decided I'm doing like every other one, so I have a resharp. I only have 3 brand new Ripper 47s, is that what they call them? Ripper blades? Ripper 47s? I don't know why I can't remember that stuff, but anyway, new blade on, and looks like on this log be able to get more bonus material. So let's get back to it. This would be 4 timbers out of 4 logs. Happy with that. Good logs, and worth debarking them. They are dirty, have rocks in them, so worth the effort. So let's get back to it. Eric was just out and we were contemplating our moves and post concrete and such, and how to build these vents and how to organize them. We have a good slab to build them on. That'll be nice. But then we have to build 8 of them, and so do we stack them? Do we kind of build them in place and kind of like jigsaw them around and get as many as we can? I don't know if anyone's done this before. I know Aaron at Barn Geek, he stacks them, and we might do some of that. So anyway, it's kind of fun thinking about the building of the vents and getting some of these timbers put together. So, but if anyone has any insight or a good idea of how they've done it, let me know. We're open for ideas. I'm sure there's lots of ways to do it. And just looking for some help. So, all right, I'm lining up the third cut or whatever it is here. And you kind of look down there and you're kind of wondering whether that'll make a 2x6. So what I do is look at my chart there. So I'm at 13 3/4 of where the saw's sitting. And then if you come down here, so I would say no, that's going to be too crowned to make a 2x6. So that changes things up. So I go down an inch and then make a 1x6 out of that as bonus material. So anyway, not anything too big there, but just how I do it. Well, I hate to keep repeating myself, but these trees are nice. So another 6x8x16. Good shape. Centered pith. Kind of getting this stuff down. So it looks like on this side. Oh yeah, I like it. So I ended up getting 2 1x6s, and then I have some 2x6 material that I have to edge up. So yeah, like having those peeled logs are nice to have on the mill. So get this one put away, get those flitches up here, get those edged, and kind of call it a day. All right, this is start day 3. I just have the morning out here, so I snuck out of the house, tried to get out here, get this another log done before I have obligations later on today. This is why I need to debark these. That's just full of dirt. Where they skidded them out. So some of the bark has rocks in it, and anyway, it needs to be done. It adds another step to this, but it is nice bringing a nice clean log to the mill. So anyway, debark this one and get it on the mill. All right, log number 5. I do have a little bit of a bow here at the last 3 feet or so. It's off this log stop. Not too bad, but I did orient the timber vertical versus horizontal. This kind of depends, but it should be no problem. Everything else looks great on this log. Just can't say enough about these logs. He did call them premium, and so far I just feel pretty good about them. So fun to cut. So zip, zip, zip. I'll get this one cut up, get another 6x8. That'll be number 5 out of this set. So I only need 12 or 13. So getting it done. Beautiful morning. Birds are chirping. Just kind of like being out here like this. So let's get to it. Well, that's the final count there. 5 logs, 5 6x8s. Looks like everything's centered real nice on those. Just please this bunch. And then 2x6 and 1x6, all 16-foot long. There's a couple of 1x8s in that pile, but essentially it's all 6-inch material. Just a sweet group of lumber over the last couple of days, so real happy with that. And just kind of for perspective there, you know, taking a raw log and turning it into those, pretty satisfying, pretty cool. Woodland mill, you know, it's a hobby mill, but man, it does a good job, and it's definitely performing for me. I don't think it's quite fast enough to be a business or anything like that, and that's not what I'm interested in, but for personal use, that's some quality lumber. Well, that was 5 of the 25 timbers I have left to mill, so that was 20%. That's pretty cool. 20 left. Get those in the rack and get them drying, and they'll be hanging in the air by the end of summer. That's pretty cool. So anyway, great getting back on the mill for a few days here, and these logs that I got delivered, just good quality, or we've kind of got it down to where it makes it look easy, because it just seems like it is. So anyway, next on the agenda, Eric and I are gonna work on the slab starting tomorrow for the next couple days. Get all the foam in, get it to grade, get the boards up, then vapor barrier and rebar. I don't think we'll get all that done in the next 2 days, but we'll get a good start on it. Then I have 3 days next weekend before I'm ready for concrete. So should have plenty of time to do that. We've done it before. Just have a lot more protrusions with the plumbing that was installed, and but we'll get after it. So appreciate everyone watching. You guys have a great day, and we'll catch you in the next video.